You've been lied to, not in a dramatic way, not by some evil mastermind, but by culture. You were told to be interesting, have hobbies, travel more, watch cool shows, have stories, be funny, be well-rounded. And now you're sitting there wondering why no one really respects you, why conversations feel flat, why women lose interest, why powerful men don't take you seriously. Because interesting is decorative, dangerous is magnetic. There's a difference. An interesting man entertains the room. A dangerous man shifts the room. You can feel it instantly. He's not louder. He's not performing. He's not trying to impress. But there's weight behind his silence. And that weight doesn't come from hobbies. It comes from capital, not just financial capital, intellectual capital, moral capital, political capital, financial capital. Most young men try to decorate their personality instead of building their weight. They collect surface-level traits, gym selfies, crypto opinions, podcasts they half understand, book summaries they never applied. They're trying to look sharp, but there's no blade. Dangerous men have blades. Let me explain. Intellectual capital is when you understand how the world actually works. Not headlines, not viral clips, not trending outrage. Systems, power structures, incentives, human psychology, game theory, history patterns. When you speak from that place, your words carry density. You don't argue emotionally. You dissect, and people feel that. Moral capital is even rarer. It's when you have non-negotiables, lines you will not cross, values you will not betray, standards you will not lower, even when it costs you, especially when it costs you. Most men fold under social pressure. They adjust their opinions depending on who's in the room. They laugh when others laugh. They agree when others agree. A dangerous man can stand alone, calmly. That calm certainty is intimidating, not because it's loud, but because it's unshakable. Then there's financial capital, not flexing, not leasing a car to impress strangers. Real leverage, skills that generate income, assets that work while you sleep, the ability to walk away from disrespect because you're not desperate. Desperation is loud. Leverage is silent. And finally, political capital, not politics in the voting sense. Influence, who trusts you, who listens to you, who owes you favors, who speaks your name positively when you're not in the room. Weak men chase attention. Dangerous men build alliances. Now here's the part no one tells you. Building this kind of capital is slow, boring, invisible. There are no applause moments when you're reading dense books while your friends are partying. No one celebrates you for turning down short-term pleasure. No one claps when you invest instead of consume. For a while, you will look less interesting. You'll say no to trips, no to nonsense debates, no to wasting hours scrolling. People will think you're too serious. Good, because while they're collecting experiences, you're collecting power. Here's the psychological shift. Interesting is external validation. Dangerous is internal infrastructure. One depends on reactions. The other depends on preparation. When you walk into a room as an interesting man, you're scanning. Do they like me? Am I funny enough? Am I impressive? When you walk in as a dangerous man, you're scanning. Who has leverage? Who has integrity? Who is useful? Where's the opportunity? Completely different operating system. Women feel this difference instantly. One man is trying to win her approval. The other man is evaluating if she aligns with his standards. One is hoping. The other is choosing. Hope is fragile. Choice is powerful. And here's the truth you might not like. Right now, you're not boring because you lack personality. You're boring because you lack depth. Depth takes solitude, study, discipline, long-term thinking. It takes shutting up and learning when your ego wants to speak. It takes building skills quietly. It takes saying, I don't know enough yet. Most men never do this. They stay in the shallow in their entire lives. Surface level knowledge, surface level friendships, surface level confidence. Then they wonder why they're easily replaced. A dangerous man is hard to replace because he brings substance. He understands finance. He understands human nature. He understands strategy. He understands himself. He doesn't react. He calculates. He doesn't chase status. He builds it. And here's the final shift. Stop asking, how can I be more interesting? Start asking, what kind of man would be difficult to compete with? Then build that, piece by piece, book by book, skill by skill, standard by standard, not to intimidate people, not to dominate for ego, but to never be at the mercy of the world again. Because at the end of the day, being interesting gets you attention. Being dangerous gets you freedom. And freedom is the real status. You don't need to be louder. You don't need better stories. You don't need more charisma tricks. You need weight. Build capital. Build standards. Build leverage. Stop trying to entertain the world. Start becoming a man the world has to take seriously. Interesting men get remembered for moments. Dangerous men shape outcomes. Decide which one you are becoming.